Guys, this rift between Erik ten Hag and Garnacho has finally gotten resolved, and kudos to how the people at Man United have gone ahead, obviously, do the needful, and it's really over, done and dusted, and they're now back to good terms. There is a rift of Antony, some misinformation coming in through from a close source at Man United that he really fell out with Erik ten Hag. That's why he never went ahead to get a goal in the game of Man United versus Bournemouth. But other sources have gone ahead to let us know that that isn't the case. It's something simple, that he was injured. Welcome to the United Matters channel. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rock and David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're only watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. The Muslims, Barakallahu fikum, the Christians, we thank God for the gift of life, and may the living to God bless you abundantly, and we cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. Now, yesterday I brought you a story about Alejandro Garnacho, and here we come to obviously bring you a story coming in from Samuel Lucas that Erik ten Hag personally addressed Alejandro Garnacho after his likes on social media. A club spokesperson said the matter had been resolved internally without specifying whether he had faced any disciplinary action. So Garnacho stuff has gone ahead to be solved at Man United, and we have a story coming in through from the Man United Evening News that Alejandro Garnacho has been disciplined by Ten Hag for social media activity. And now, how was he disciplined? God knows. But the Academy Scoop has told us that a source close to Manchester United has described the situation surrounding Alejandro Garnacho liking social media posts as a complete non-issue. The club appreciates that Garnacho quickly unliked the posts and considers the matter dealt with. So he went ahead to obviously find himself in a situation of like, I'm really getting this done. I'm not liking, I'm going to unlike these posts because I know how bad it means if at all my side of Man United really keeps getting such and such and such discontented information that keeps the side of Man United into a rift of obviously putting a player and a manager at loggerhead, something that you don't want to hear the club of Man United. For Garnacho, he went ahead to do the needful because Ten Hag has gone ahead to already set precedents at Man United that if you don't apologize, your career at Man United is over. Against Ronaldo, you saw what he did. Sancho, you saw what he did. What went ahead to obviously save Rashford is that for every occasion, has gone ahead to obviously find himself doing that shit, the manager has always gone ahead to see him really apologize to the side of Man United players and the staff in there for you, and that open apology is always great. So for Garnacho, he went ahead to obviously do that, and I think it is resolved matter. And let's focus on to the next game that's going to be playing on Sunday against Coventry City at Wembley. That is it. So for Garnacho, he has been having a decent season, 7 goals in the Premier League, and he's really trying to do the needful and putting in more assists. No teenager in the Premier League this season has gone ahead to score more goals than him, or get involved in goals than him. I think he has gone ahead to get involved in close to 12 goals this season. That is Alejandro Garnacho for you. And I don't know whether the assist against Bournemouth was really rewarded to him, but there was a certain interception from the defender. But all in all, he's really having a very good season. All he needs to do is to rectify the way he obviously acts, you know, especially tracking back and how he acts when he obviously loses the ball. Sometimes when he loses the ball, the way he acts is really very naive and annoying. And I think that's why the manager made a decision to obviously take him off, because when you look at how we concede those 2 goals, Garnacho has a very huge say in how we concede those goals. That is it. He has a very huge say in how we concede those goals. And I tell you, he's really one of those that has to really keep running and going in there for you. So Garnacho's case is done and closed, and now we are having another case to look at, that is of Antony. And I know if he never went ahead to obviously do that, Ten Hag would have gone ahead to really get him out of the game of Coventry, something that would have gone ahead to cost us as a team. But setting precedence wise, it would be something important to obviously send a message to these people that everybody at the club of Manchester United can be touched on, and every head can be rolled by the manager of Manchester United. So that is the beauty of that, and I think it's really very important for the manager to obviously continue to show to it that he is the manager and is totally in charge. Antony went ahead not to make it in the traveling squad as we played against Bournemouth, and this side known as the Insider that's been so close to Man United, revealing very many facts, went ahead to let us know that Antony was 100% fit after Friday team sessions. Whether he got an illness that ruled him out of yesterday's game, I don't know. I'm not hearing any news of fallout between him and the management as of yet, so won't make up anything or speculate. But he was like, Antony was really fit and completed the training session on Friday. Now, United went ahead to obviously get through their correspondent known as Rob Dawson, saying Manchester United have dismissed suggestions that Antony was left out of the squad against Bournemouth because of a disagreement with Erik ten Hag. They went ahead and really disputed that. He added and said Man United are unhappy with rumors that Antony was left out because of a row with Ten Hag over playing time. Club sources insist he wasn't able to play against Bournemouth because of an injury picked up on Friday where he could not finish the session. So, I don't think that if at all there is a player to fall out with Erik ten Hag, it's going to be Antony. Antony has been one of those players that are going to hit to see Ten Hag really try to grind out minutes for the lad, even though he never really deserved to really get them in. I know recently he has been putting in a shift, and I forced him to start, by the way, against Bournemouth. In my match preview, I went ahead to put him up, but the manager never found it important to obviously risk him in this game of football. And we wait and see how this patterns. If at all he goes ahead to see to it that he runs to the side of Man United, then the rest will be history. And I tell you, I don't see Antony falling out with Erik ten Hag because he is living on the mercy of Erik ten Hag. Ten Hag is going to hit to offer him very many games that we think he doesn't deserve as a player, but all in all, he has found himself in a proper position of really trying to lift himself up. In the previous 3-4 games, Antony has been really very sparky in every game we've gone ahead to play as a club of Man United. But I think that is going to get rectified, and the club is going to hit obviously put out something special. And for Rob Dawson, that means he really talked to the club's spokesperson and went ahead to obviously get him going. So for me, I'm just waiting to see how the season ends. For me, I'm really fed up of the season. I tell you, I think I told you when we drew with Bournemouth, no, Brentford 1-1. I told you I'm gonna hit right off the season, because if our players were really serious to take us to the dream world, wouldn't lose against Chelsea, Brentford, Bournemouth, and Liverpool. We wouldn't drop all those points. Now we're gonna hit to drop 12 points. You know, are they 12? 3 draws, you drop 6. We've gonna hit to drop 9 points out of the possible 12. No win, and we've gonna hit to win 1 in the last 7 games. In that form, there is no way you come up to be a top 4 contender or claiming to be wanting to play in the Champions League. So for me, it's up. I just want this season to end. You know, I just want it to end, and I think 19th May is not far off when the season is obviously gonna come to an end. That's what I really wish should happen, and this season to obviously come to an end. That is it. Then lastly, Ten Hag has something for the fans of Man United, and he was asked on if the fans need to be patient. It's up to them, but it is the truth. At this moment, with all the problems we have, we play to our levels. We can play very, very good and to our levels when everyone is on top form, but we have to do it for the whole 90 minutes. So I think with the injuries you're really having as a club of Man United, then it will be naive for a fan of Man United to come out and say that even other teams have injuries. Now, compare us with any team. You know, Chelsea has Badiashile. Sorry, however much they've gonna hit to be having injuries of Wesley Fofana and Badiashile, but they've gonna hit to find their backup players available. You get? And Chelsea has found themselves in a position of having Thiago Silva available, Disasi available, Colwill available, and there is another one, Chaloba. You know, as United has had all their left backs out. As we speak right now, we're having Lisandro Martinez, Varane, Lindelof, Evans, all out. The top 4 choice. Tell me a team that is going to hit to really lose its top 4 centre backs, and they still did like Man United. I went ahead to see to it that Ten Hag put out a narrative that if you're not having your back 4, then you cannot really do what you have to do in the season, because all your team, every win depends on how good you defend. And ask yourself, in all those games you're going to hit to lose, I'll drop points. Have you going to hit to score goals? Yeah. What has been the problem? We've going to hit to concede stupid goals. And it shows you that all goals you are conceding are because of some defensive problems that you're really experiencing at the club of Man United. I know some of you really find it hard to admit, but for any person who knows the game of football, obviously admit and say, all right, Ten Hag has a point in what he's saying. So guys, your thoughts onto Ten Hag, Garnacho issue resolved, Antony, no Antony fallout. All those are welcome in the comment section below, and the message that Erik Ten Hag is going to hit to really give to the fans of Man United. What do you make about it? I'm returning back with some huge transfer news. Dema Freeze, Frimpong, Jokeres, and very many others into the mix. May the living to God bless you abundantly. Rock and David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later, and I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. And 5 fingers out to everyone watching it through. See you in our next video. Bye-bye.